We can perform basic arithmetic in SAS, so here we've got a div with a container class, and just 3 divs representing 3 columns. So for example, if we wanted to specify a fixed width for this container, and automatically calculate what the widths of the columns could be, we can do this in SAS. So we can use the basic arithmetic operators. So here for demonstration purposes, we're setting this total pixel width to 800, so we wouldn't normally just perform a subtraction like this, but I'm just doing it for demo purposes. So here we're saying 1000 pixels minus 200 pixels, so we'll get our total pixel width here to be 800. And again, we're showing the use of the multiplication operator here, so we're just setting the number of columns to 3. And then to get the column width of each individual column, we're dividing the total pixel width by the number of columns. So this will be 800 pixels divided by 3 columns. And we just got a number of debug statements here, just so we can see what's going on. Now we've calculated our column width, we can use it in our column class here. And the container is being set to the overall total pixel width. For the individual columns, I've just extended the column class and added some different background colors here. So let's have a look at this in the browser. And we can see our 3 column widths that have been calculated from the initial total width. And if we just save this and have a look at our output, we can see here our debug output, so the total width of 800 pixels, the number of columns has been calculated to 3, and the individual column width for each column is 266 pixels. One thing to bear in mind when using the division operator is that if we're dividing 2 variables here, then we don't have to do anything special. SAS will automatically know that we're using division. But if we uncomment this line, for example, so we're just dividing height, 400 pixels, by 2, then we won't get the output that we expect. If we just save this and head over to our generated CSS, we can see here that we've got height pixels /2, where we'd actually expect to have 200 pixels. And this is because the CSS specification actually allows the slash here to appear in property values to separate numbers. So if one of these was a variable, then we'd get the division that we expected, but if we're using some kind of hard-coded division here, the simplest way is to simply surround the division in parentheses. If we save this now, it will tell SAS that we actually want some division to take place. So if we head back to our generated styles, now we see we get our height of 200 pixels as expected. And that's because we've surrounded our division now in parentheses.